So we saw interest rates dip below 6%. Now they're above 6%. You're the expert. What's the impact?
Well, it's kind of like the Artemis 2. We're closer to the high than we are to the low. They're a little closer to the moon than they are to the Earth. And I think we'd like to see it be a little bit different. But as long as there's a conflict or even the potential for a conflict in the Middle East, we're going to have real supply side issues, which start to constrain, yes, oil, but I'm more concerned about helium and fertilizer, which come out of that region, namely out of Qatar. And so when you have a supply chain issue, the Fed's normal playbook is, hey, let's lower rates, let's boost the economy. But if they do that in a supply side issue, you start to create inflation. And all these large employers that are looking at, increased costs, thinking that wages could go down, they're going to have to slash headcount, which starts to cause a very, very real problem.
Ari, are you seeing economic indicators that could indicate America's housing shortage could get worse?
Absolutely. And what I've really seen that's quite shocking is what's happening in the office market. So the 80s and 90s, the office market was really the largest asset class. But as things have evolved, multifamily, infrastructure, logistics have come. But in the blue states, you're seeing the urban cores that are totally vacant. And that's a big issue because you have $1 trillion in office loans that need to be refinanced, which in this rate environment is basically impossible. But even worse than that is these office buildings have serious deferred maintenance issues. And so all of that work, goes into, rates being higher, stressing employers more. People are paying more at the pump, which means they have less to pay a mortgage. And if they're trying to buy a house, the house that they're trying to buy now, the average home age in America of a home is 41 years old. So that needs deferred maintenance. So there's a confluence of other issues that are really taxing this environment, making housing an even more difficult problem than it already was.